everybody, it's Marcia from Kansas Misfit, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about Echinacea. What is Echinacea? Echinacea is a flower, and it's a herbal remedy by Native Americans for centuries ago. Started in 1880, and it's the most popular plant in the United States. People all over the world buy it, and for open container supplements. But growing it is much more funner. So, how a member of a daisy family can boost your health? A daisy family. I did not know Echinacea was like the form of a daisy. Echinacea is known as a popular cane flower. I'm not talking about like cane sugar, the cane flower, like the flower that you smell. Helps oxidative stress, and helps lower blood sugar. It's excess and inflammation, and helps with skin conditions like eczema. It benefits immune system, helps prevent and helps infections and viruses. From a flower, yes, from a flower. Echinacea, for the matter of fact. 5 steps to add color to your household garden. Step 1. A splash of purple in your garden. Doesn't that sound pretty? Sounds pretty to me. Echinacea needs to be planted in poor soil. It likes poor soil the best. If you plant it in rich soil that's lots of nourishments and things in it, you'll get a lot more leaves and less flowers. So put it in poor soils if you want lots of flowers. And if you want to do your medicinal medicines, that one call it, medicinal tinctures and things, you need more flowers. So make sure you put it in poor soil to start off with. And if it gets bad, you can always add some compost to it later. The seeds germinate within 10 to 14 days. Now, step number 2. What do purple coneflowers need to thrive? Well, water. Don't we all need water? Humans included, especially because we're 98% water. Water your plants every day until they're well established. So every day they need water. I'm not saying drench them, just water them every day. And then this kind of flower, Echinacea, is a low maintenance flower. You don't have to do a lot of work with it. It's easy to grow. And if the flowers look small or weak, then you can add some compost to it, like I mentioned earlier. You want to prune back the plants if you want to shape it up, and cut back in the spring for a bushier plant. You want to plant your seeds in the fall. That's when they grow the best, and then they're ready in the spring to start. But they don't bloom until summer, I think. Okay, step number 3. When to pick the purple cone flowers. When you first start growing Echinacea, you want to leave it alone for the first year. Don't even mess with it. Let them grow. Don't touch the flowers. Don't touch the leaves. Don't cut them down. Just give them a chance to mature. And then Echinacea seeds itself each year, so you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about running out of this herb because it seeds itself. You could also harvest the seeds from the spikes in the flower, in the head of the flower, the little pokey things. Each one of those is a seed. You can save those, bag them up for like if you have someone that wants to try Echinacea, or you just want to give them some for a gift. Christmas, birthday, wedding, whatever. Someone has some problems with their health, send them some echinacea seeds. Let them grow themselves some echinacea in a little pot or a lick tub or straight in the garden. Step number 4. Fresh or dry storing echinacea. After stripping the leaves and the flowers off the plants, place them in a dry room with good airflow and no intense light or heat. So you want a cool room, kind of dark, lots of ventilation, and let it dry out. Takes about a week to completely dry. Now the roots take a little bit longer. When they're all dry, you can put them in an airtight container, like a mason jar or, a mason jar. The roots take a little longer. You want to wash them first and then dry them for about 2 weeks. The flowers and the leaves and the roots can be used fresh or dry. You can use some parts some parts fresh and then dry the rest, or so nothing is wasted. I think that's a good idea. That's good advice. Step number 5. What cannot be done with echinacea? Let's find out what kind of things can be done. Fresh or dried. The roots, the leaves, and the flowers can be steamed in hot water as tea. When you dry echinacea, you can grind it into a powder. And you can add the powder to hot drinks or to smoothies, to juices. You can even add it to pasta dishes and your vegetables. An echinacea tincture is an excellent way to improve your immune system. And you can take as soon as the first symptoms of a cold or flu it comes, like the scratchy throat or drainage from your nose into your throat, cough, anything, that starts, cramps in the stomach, in case you have the stomach flu. The fresh roots are best for tinctures. You want to mix 1 part root and 2 parts alcohol, and then shake the jar every once in a while. After a month, the tincture will be ready, and you want to leave it for up to 3 months before you strain it. So let it sit for, shake it every once in a while, and then after 3 months, you can strain it. And then take 1 teaspoon every few hours if you're fighting a virus. If you're using a tincture proactively to prevent an illness, 1 teaspoon once or twice a week should be enough. For echinacea salve, for like cuts and bruises, and you want to put a band-aid on, you put the salve down over, or bandages. You want to make an oil that is put from the dried petals and 5 flavors heads of some leaves. So you want to get like 5 petals of your flower and then some leaves and crush them up. About a 1/2 cup of oil, sunflower oil, is a good choice. Leave this for like 4 to 6 weeks, so probably a month and a half, 2 months. If there is time for infusion, then you can strain the oil and fill the clean jar with the oil. Then put it in the saucepan and with water and make a double boiler out of it. Add a half of beeswax and mix with the wax. When the wax melts, mix it with the wax, and voila, you have a sauce. Making sure to use echinacea the safe way. Okay, let's pay attention to this. You want to always be safe. It says if you're taking echinacea tinctures, the most effective dosage for a maximum of 10 milliliters per day, or 300 to 500 milligrams as dried powder 3 times a day. This dosage is only when you have symptoms. Don't just take it every day. When you have the starts of a cold and flu. That's when you want to take it. You should not take echinacea if you have any anti-immune disorders like HIV or AIDS or tuberculosis. If your children and they're under the age of 12, should be careful, not because of the side effects, but more from allergic reactions. So be careful with children. You might think it's easier to pop down to your local pharmacy and pick up echinacea supplements. Why would you do that when you have when you grow your own? You know what's in it. You know what pesticides you used, if you had any. You know where it comes from. You know everything, but you don't know anything from the store. You know, um, you need to spend more time this way. You also cannot be sure about the supplement. It was shocking to discover that 10% is prepared echinacea products did not have any measurable amounts of echinacea. How do you know what's echinacea? There's no echinacea in it, you know? There is no risk to this when growing and using your own purple coneflower. Hope that gives you some good insights on how to raise echinacea and use it in your family medicine cabinet for uses that you might need for the cold and flu season. Thank you for watching. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. If you have any comments whatsoever, concerns, any questions, leave them in the comments section. I'll be glad to try to get the answers for you. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Ta-ta for now.